G'day guys, and today Shorty and I are going to discuss the clash between Carlton and Geelong, which was on the Friday night. It was a pretty big game, mate. You thought we'd win pretty easily, but I thought it'd be a bit of a contest.
Certainly
Geelong,
was.
Geelong just got home by 5 points. Yeah, I couldn't believe it, mate. We looked done, and I said when it was 10 points the margin in the final quarter, we're gone.
Yeah, you called it.
I was very concerned at that stage when they got it out to 16. I was just like, gee whiz, this could not be going any worse. How'd you see the game, mate?
Well, we did look done, didn't we? I mean, the response wasn't quite what we thought it'd be after the Swans. I mean, basically, all you get from that is the 4 points, really, because we stole that. I mean, that was one that we just managed to salvage, which we do. We somehow find a way to win just time after time in these close contests, which is a big positive, but it wasn't really. It was probably the only positive. Like I said to you after the match, that the 4 points is about all you get. Joel Selwood, cometh the moment, cometh the man.
Yeah, he's good.
He delivered, but aside from that, we still were pretty beaten in a lot of areas, and it wasn't exactly the performance we were hoping for.
Yeah,
but it could be a valuable 4 points. It could be the difference, between possibly having a home final or a double chance. You just never know. But how did you see the match anyway there?
Yeah, well, obviously, almost disappointed really with the game, but I mean, there were a few things that were a bit concerning. I mean, sort of the ball on the outside. I mean, the stat sheet actually showed we had the play, but I mean, watching the game, it looked like Carlton had more of the play and more opportunities than we did. But yeah, I felt like Geelong just lacked that urgency at times, and obviously sort of the speed around the ground and around the contest is a bit of a concern at times.
And the defence you mentioned as well, you feel there's a bit of a problem there.
Yeah, I think, well, it was good to have Lonergan and Enright back, but I just felt like the defence was a bit leaky, and we're in top shape when we're sort of not conceding big scores, and sort of conceding the 100 points is always a bit of a worrying sign, and sort of showing leaking a few goals. But I mean, we're okay, but I feel as though we can do a lot better, and we will need to do a lot better if we're to be a chance to sort of contest with the top sides.
Yeah, we need guys like Christensen, who was really good in the VFL, and probably Caddy and things like that to really come back and make a big difference. But yeah, the backline looks a bit slow.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it helps to have Billy Smets back there, but it's a bit of a problem at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we'll move on to the best three, or three best catters. Who'd you have in your top three, mate?
Yeah, I gave Tom Hawkins a 3. He was unbelievable, especially in the first half, and I guess second quarter he just tore it apart. 10 marks, bagged a heap of goals there, so he was fantastic, back to his best. I gave 2 to Cam Guthrie. I thought he really stood up in the big stages. Had 23 touches of his own, plenty of tackles as always from Cam. Minded Murphy at times as well, bit of a defensive mind on him, and Murphy was fairly quiet. And I gave Stokes 1 vote. He got on the scoreboard again like he used to with the 3 goals as well as 22 touches, and stood up at some important times and played a pretty good match. So they were my 3 best players for Geelong there.
Yep.
How about yourself?
It's good picks there, mate. I went with 3 to Matty Stokes. Obviously, had the 22 touches and 3 goals was really beneficial. Just did really well, I thought.
He did. No arguments there.
No, he was pretty getting back to sort of his better form, and when he's hitting the scoreboard, he's usually sort of in and amongst our best. So he was really good. 2 to Tommy Hawkins, 4 goals in the second quarter, and obviously, as you said, 17 possessions, 10 marks. He tore up Rowe early, but obviously, I think Jamison was injured during the game, and sort of was down in the room, so that was why Jamison didn't go to him immediately. But I thought Rowe did okay, at least after he wasn't on Tom Hawkins.
Yeah.
But he was great. Probably could have got the 3 if he maybe kicked a few more, but he was sensational nonetheless, and we wouldn't have won without him.
Yeah.
And with the 1 vote, I've gone with Mitch Duncan. Bit of a different pick, mate.
Yeah.
You were a bit surprised, but no, he got the 16 possessions, and I thought he used the ball pretty effectively. And not to mention that bit of courage going back with the flight.
Yeah.
Almost looked like he got concussed. I don't think he did, but No, I thought his contribution was
Yeah,
pretty
it
reasonable.
was a big knock, wasn't it? But yeah,
Yeah.
what he always does is always quality. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right, so chopping block time, mate. Who have we got?
Yeah, well, Alan Christensen, like mentioned before, he was clearly the best for the Cats in the VFL, and I doubt they'll muck around with him playing too much in the twos there. I expect him to come straight back in.
Yeah.
Probably Jesse Stringer might be unlucky. The one, he's been alright. I think he was decent when he came on, but I think Christensen has to come back, and Stringer might be the unlucky one to make way. And I think Jed Buse, he probably might make his way to the reserves as well.
Yeah,
he's been serviceable for the most part in his time, but he just sort of looks a little inexperienced, and I think Menzel tore him up for the most part of the match. And
sure did.
Taylor Hunt may be another one that they consider, and he was good in the VFL as well. Maybe more of an experienced head back there, more experienced than Buse at least.
Yeah.
And Travis Varco, he was unavailable last week, so he might make his way back as well. But I'm not sure how they're going to fit all those three guys, because Billy Smets played, he was okay at times, has his shaky moments, but I think he's one they're going to persist with. Sort of sent the message coming back so quick. I think he adds a bit of pace down back, so it'll be interesting what they do with the selections. But I hope they keep Josh Walker in as well, because he seems to cop a bit of flack from supporters.
Oh, definitely.
Whether they don't forgive him for the Fremantle game, that he was pretty poor in that final, but I hope they stick with him. Some pretty crucial handballs in the last quarter, and he was okay in the first half, so...
Got a goal.
Exactly.
A bit lucky, but you got it.
Yeah, he's worth persisting with, and I don't think it was coincidence that Tommy Hawkins had a lot of one-on-ones and was one of the best on the ground, so I think he should stay in the side. But that's the chopping block for today, mate. And
that's good, yeah.
Yeah, and a big game next week. Another one we'll want to probably impress a little bit more than we did this week, and you want to have a look at that?
Yeah, it's a big game, but I think we should get the win. I mean, we've got St Kilda at Simmons Stadium. They've been struggling a little bit as of late. I mean, they had the good start to the season that nobody expected. But, yeah, I mean, they lost to Port Adelaide by 70 points, which was a bit of a anticlimax towards the end, because they were challenging, and
yeah, they did.
They made it a bit difficult for Port to score early, but no, I think we should definitely get the job done, probably around 8 to 10 goals, and if we don't and just get the points, then I think we've got some real worrying signs, because they're a bottom four side struggling. So
exactly.
I mean, percentage at this point in time, I mean, we've got 101, about a percentage of about 101, so I mean, we've nearly been outscored against them as opposed to what we scored for.
Yeah, that's a really good point, that, actually, because percentage and so, it's so close. It will come down to possibly some percentage points, and it really is a match that we should be taking care of the Saints with pretty much no worries, really, at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're actually sort of got the lowest percentage inside the top 8, which is ironic, because we're probably sitting about 4th or 5th at the moment, sort of depending on a few other results. But no, we really need to get a comprehensive win, get a few players into some form, and just whack some percentage on the board, make a few more wins, and hopefully set ourselves up to a point where we can just rest a few players and play our best footy when it really counts. So.
Yeah, and like we said last week, it'd sort of be the manner and how we do it, and we didn't really do it in the exact manner that we would have hoped against the Blues. So, hopefully get a few players back, and it's sort of really the time to start clicking into gear, like you say, and really setting yourself up well for the run into the finals and peaking in September when it counts.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Well, those are some thoughts from Short and myself. Feel free to comment your thoughts on the game. Also, check out my mate Darijoe, who does the Geelong highlights each week. Yeah, he does a very good job, so go and check out him and subscribe to him as well. Also, follow us on Twitter. We've got the links in the description below. And we'll see you guys all soon.